14 of the National Football League. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. No shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Rams and the Seahawks. All that and more coming up next.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So this defense for the Seahawks, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there, and the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade, now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week, because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This one complete to McCole Hardman. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
Definitely productive, including scoring his 14th touchdown of the season last week. It's going to be fun to watch the matchup now, because he has a nose for the end zone. So if you're a defender, what's your job? Keep him out.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, Lock. That completes it again to Metcalf. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. The Seahawks at 7-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's doing it right now?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They look to throw. It's Locke. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Finally an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, that, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there, but I love what they've done right from the word go. They just need to pay it off with a touchdown now.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They fake the handoff, now Locke. He's got his man, that's Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial. Make your choice. But right now, you like what you're...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Stafford. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Now it's Lockett. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A lock fighting Metcalf for the Seattle first.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Play action. Now it's Locke. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Running left is Walker. Nice footwork at the 25. He'll take it inside the 25.
That's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the move.
Then he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Locke to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. From just shy of midfield, Stafford flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. Open, and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Now swing pass for Dillon. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Bryson Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. Lock now on 1st down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands. and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He finds Robinson, and he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now third down and 6 to go. To throw is Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Returnable for Lockett. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Block off of play action. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football? And there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Straight ahead, Walker. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And Walker once more. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Stafford. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
To throw it is Lock. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Trying the left, and it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the 50, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. On 1st and 10. Stafford. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The offense on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion, possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So now Stafford and the Rams down 14-7. A minute 50 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Stafford now to throw. He's got Atwell. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He'll give this to Akers out of the backfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Now it's Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Toss left side for Walker. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Here's Walker. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And going right back to Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now a first down throw. Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On first down at Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Complete, Dillon. And he's out of bounds, so give him about 9 as that stops the clock. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense.